always find old man and I ain't got time to shake your hand. Get that style check, put it in pockets till I get back.
Hello guys, this is Neon Storm here, again with another video. I'm going to do a video today on a Guardian DPS video. I've got a couple people asking me for Guardian DPS because the recent video I put out a while ago, I should say, not recent, was a Guardian, like a tanky build, and this one's geared more for PvPers, and it's more of a greatsword DPS build. And Guardians do DPS, and they actually DPS pretty well in the recent patches that have happened. So I wanted to represent a build that's pretty awesome. It's really fun to play, and it's a break from the typical sword board Guardians that you see everywhere. So let's get started. Alright, so let's go into the build first. The build look up here is 5 into Zeal, 0 into Radiance, 30 into Valor, 30 in the Honor, and 5 in the Virtues. The reason for this I will explain. For Zeal, I went with 5 because for the Zealot's speed, which creates a symbol of wrath when you heal, or when your health drops below 25%. It's a good kind of oh shit, and you don't have to worry about it because along with firing off all of your cleanses and all that other things, you might forget to look at your own health. It's kind of a nice little pick-me-up. And having the 5 points in also gives me 50 power and another 5% in the condition duration, which is good for burning. For Valor, I went 30 in, which increases your toughness obviously by 300 and crit damage by 30%, which is very good. The 10 points, I went into Purity, which is you lose a condition every 10 seconds. For 20, I went with Meditation Mastery, which recharges your meditations 20% faster. For 30, I went with Monk's Focus, which is 12, and it uses a meditation skill that'll heal you. The fact that we use meditations, like Smite Condition, it's nice to have that as an extra heal for ourselves as well, which makes this ability an all-around ability, which I'll get into. Honor, I went 30 points in for the vitality increase and the increase to healing. 10 points I went for number 3, which is Writ of Exhaustion, and that makes our symbols larger. For 20 I went for number 7, which makes our symbols last longer. And for 10, for 30 I went all symbols heal. It's a good AoE effect. We always use our symbols. They're always on cooldown when we're in the middle of a fight, so it's beneficial for our group to have a couple extra heals, especially for thieves who are going to be bursting people and they think they could 3-on-1 and survive. So it's good to kind of throw a heal out there. And for Virtues, for the increased boon duration by 5% and the increased virtue recharge rate of 5%, I thought that was a good thing to do. Especially for our Save Yourself and a couple of other of our abilities. I went 5 for the Inspired Virtue, which is our Justice ability here. Grants Might, our Resolve for our regen, gives a regen for health, and Courage gives us protection along with Aegis. And they're very good abilities to have. So now that I went through that, let me go through the armor. And the armor I decided to go with, I had 1 rune for the Rune of Strength, and I went with a 5 set of Soldier. The reasoning I thought for this was 25 power. It's better than having the shouts remove the condition, because we already have the condition regen with our heal that cures a condition every 10 seconds. So I figured using our shouts, which we're not really using that many shouts, it would kind of be like a waste. So to get extra power for more damage doesn't hurt. So again, I went with the 5 set of the Rune of Soldier and the 1 for Strength. For my weapons, Greatsword, I went with Superior Fire, which is a 30% chance on crit to trigger a AoE Fire Blast, which is always great because why not more damage with a greatsword. And I used Mace and Focus as my other set of weapons. For Mace, I use Superior Air, which is a 30% chance on crit to cause a lightning strike for some more damage. And Energy for the offhand, which you gain 50% of your endurance while you swap to this weapon in combat. It's good because we need to dodge, and having that extra dodge on weapon swap is pretty useful, especially because when we switch to our Mace and Focus, it's more of a defensive because we have most of our protections, we have our regen, we get a shield, and our shield after 4 attacks will explode and cause damage. It's really nice, and to have that extra endurance and to have that extra survivability is really nice. For the Jewel, I went with Berserker's Amulet with Berserker Jewel for more damage. And don't forget to do the Rune of Divinity in your Aqua Breather because everyone says to do it, and I don't really see a difference, but if you don't want to be called a noob, do it. Doesn't hurt. And let me go into the skills. The skills I went with are Signet of Resolve, again, which I talked about, which cures a condition every 10 seconds. The active is a heal on yourself. It's kind of nice to have the big heal along with the condition curing every 10 seconds because, again, you're going to be going through so many buttons and worrying about your team's health along with your health that you don't have that many, like, basically, like, if your cleanses are all on cooldown, it's kind of like a safe free condition wipe. It's really nice. Judge's Intervention, which teleports you to the target and burns them in an AoE form. Burning is awesome. You should always have burning. If you're a Guardian, burn everything. I go with Save Yourselves because of the fact that it draws conditions from nearby allies to yourself and you gain multiple boons for a short duration. It's a nice way to A, break stuns, and B, it's a nice way to kind of cleanse your allies in PvP and give yourself a shit ton of buffs and just destroy everything in your way, especially if you're gonna do a little bit of the Blade Storm, or as we call it, Whirling Wrath. Smite Condition is our meditation, which cures a condition and damages nearby foes. More damage if a condition is cured. Along with that, since we traded, it also heals us as well. So we do damage to our opponents in an AoE form, cures a condition on us as well, and heals. So it's like all around a very good ability to use and have. And at 16-second recharge, you can't go wrong. And for my ulti, I use Renewed Focus, which makes yourself invulnerable and recharges your virtues, and it's like 3-second. It's really nice, and especially since we always use our virtues, and you should always use your virtues at all times. It's nice to have a fresh restart, especially if you're taking a lot of damage. So now I wanted to kind of go into a little bit of gameplay. Again, I'm a greatsword / mace focus Guardian, so I hope you enjoy, and I am sorry for the lack of videos. I've been extremely busy, and there will be more videos to come in many games, so I hope you enjoy the video, and thank you guys so much.